So the problem I have for you is I want you to figure out this area here of this section, which is just the area under this curve from 0 to 3. That's it. Something that might be a hint that might come in handy, it might not, is the story of Carl Gauss, the famous mathematician. When he was in elementary school, he finished a test way ahead of his peers, or so the story goes, and the teacher, to try to essentially keep him occupied, asked Gauss to add up all of the numbers from 1 to 100, figuring it would take Gauss at the very least several minutes. And Gauss responded within seconds, or so it goes, with the correct answer. And here is a method that he may have used, which is the idea of, if these are all the numbers from 1 to 100, well, I could pair 1 with 100 to get 101, 101, 101, 101, 101. And what I really end up with is 101 50 times, because there's 50 pairs out of 100. And Gauss was able to quickly get 5,050. And so how does this relate to what we're doing? Well, we could further this to say, well, what if we were going all the way up to n? Well, we can do that same type of strategy to say, okay, that's going to get me n plus 1. That pair would also get me n plus 1. That pair would also get me n plus 1. So again, I have a bunch of pairs that all add up to n plus 1. Well, how many pairs do I have? Well, I have half of the integers I have that many pairs. So just like last time we had 50, 100 divided by 2. It's just n divided by 2. And we can test it out. If you put in 100, we'd get 50 times 101, which is what we just had. If we put in 10, we'd get 5 times 11, or 55. And even if we put in a really small number like 3, where we know those would add up to 6, we'd get 1.5 times 4, which also equals 6. So this is a simplification for if you're starting with 1 and adding up to n, how you can figure out what all those numbers, or what that summation would equal. And there's something similar if you add up all these sort of perfect squares, or these simple quadratics. I'll say I forget what that summation is, but if you had to look it up, I wouldn't consider it cheating, because it's a little bit more complicated to come up with. But yeah, so the ultimate goal is to figure out the area under this curve. Good luck.